Thank you guys so much for coming back to another episode of Difficult-ish. Well, in this episode, you guys read the title. It's true. It's true. Mahua Khan and I, my co-host, we got married this past weekend. It was a beautiful time. This episode is just a recap of everything that went on. We had a guy hold the day before our Bengali wedding. We had our nikah the day of. And it was great. I loved it. Everyone loved it. Unlimited positive feedback. We're here to share all the details with you. This is for our real, true listeners, supporters, difficulters, everything. We guys love you. Thanks so much for all the support. We talk about everything that went on, the good, the bad, the government shutdown that got in the way, all the little mishaps the day of, things that went on. But all in all, beautiful time. Is fact, I'm married. Who would have thought? Without further ado, let's get into it. Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of Difficult-ish, podcast about South Asian narratives, hosted by my esposa. Yeah, switch it up.
This is Mahua Khan, and this is my esposo.
Oh, Manush Manur, also known as Master Munir. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before we get further, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
This is a good one, guys.
Rate the podcast, review the podcast, leave a little comment on the episode. Sorry for being MIA for like 2 weeks. We're sorry, okay? We have our reasons.
And we have some news for you. So let's put our hands together for the newlyweds. If you guys are listening, if you guys are watching, just do a little slow clap for us.
Yeah, slow.
Because
take your time.
Guess what?
We
are newlyweds now.
Wow.
And we are married.
Wow.
And I know we've said this in previous episodes. If you guys didn't know in the episode, surprise, we're dating.
Yeah.
We're not siblings. In the episode that we did, surprise, we're engaged. We're still not siblings. And now in this episode, surprise, we're married.
We are siblings.
We are actually siblings.
Now we are siblings.
Now we finally become siblings. But yeah, this is going to be a little wedding recap episode.
Yeah.
And this is going to be our official POV talking about the day, leading up to the day as well, because there were so many mishaps to this beautiful day that we want to kind of talk about as well. Yeah. To give you the authentic version from us,
Yeah. Obviously a great time, beautiful time, beautiful experience, but it's not all glitz and glamour,
Oh, wow.
It's not just all like, the highs of like the roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
We got some lows
too.
And so we're going to talk about that as well because, I feel like people don't talk about the lows of a wedding, but I feel like that's all people talk about. but yeah, I haven't heard us say it. Okay.
Well, I have a question for you. How do you feel now that you are married? You're a married man.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Feel good. I think, we're a weekend, so, haven't really felt too much of a shift. But I feel good. You know, it's like we never hit our relationship in the past, but, now it's like we don't have to, like, at all. Like, how do you feel? What's going on with you? What's going on? You feel any, like, different, new?
I feel good. There's definitely a lot of emotions the week of, obviously, because it's so fresh. And it's cute because one of our friends, Aaron, he gave us this very customized gift. And the gift is essentially, like, every single week, there's a new question that gets sent to my email about just us being a couple, our emotions, like, whatever the question is. And after we answer it, after a whole year, those questions get compiled into a book so that we have something to look back on quality in a year, right? So it's quality very sweet. But anyway, yeah, there's been a lot of emotions. I just think that since me and you are such busy people and we decided to get married in the biggest, busiest season of the year.
Yeah, Q4,
yeah. We haven't had time to sit down and truly reflect because also we didn't do a honeymoon. We didn't do anything big right after the wedding. So right after we got married, it was Black Friday season for me as a business owner. I also launched a new puffer jacket out.
See right there, puffer jacket. Go get that.
I also launched that I'm having a panel event that I'm hosting at Pio Chai on December 11, and just so many different like things that I was working on, and then you were doing your master's applications, like so many different things. And so we didn't have time to reflect. So I think that's what we actually need to sit down and do. But like we did go through, you know, some of our guest book writings.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we have reflected at this point. You know,
we've
gone through
reflected
it.
on most things.
Yeah,
but
we
not
had all
everything.
week to just, you know, take it easy. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Not take it easy, but, you know, we had our quality time, whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's up? Like, where you want to start this off? You know, where to begin?
Let's talk about like our POVs on our wedding day, starting from the morning.
Wedding day.
Yeah.
Got it.
The highlights, the lowlights, just, you know, what we both had to do from different corners.
Yeah.
You can start.
Okay. I woke up and I was excited.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is really the day.
Yeah.
I knew that like the morning of my day was gonna be easier than yours because I know you had to like get your hair and makeup started early, right?
Yeah.
You had your girlfriend stay over. You started like what, 9?
Yeah, I woke up at like 8 something. Makeup artist came at 10, so I had to shower and everything before.
I think so. My morning started off fine, but I think quickly I entered this like I think on my wedding day I like really realized that I have this, and we talked about this. I feel like I have this like intrinsic brown person hosting gene inside of me, where I feel like whenever there's any event or any special occasion that I'm a part of, I feel like I need to be the person in charge. Like I need to be the main point of contact for anything going on. Like I had this responsibility when my sister got married. She assigned me as the main point of contact for many different things. For like the guy who the day before, for the wedding of, and obviously it stressed me out, you know, worn me out, but I appreciate, like I enjoy being in that role. So when the wedding came, this thing in me just kind of took over, and like I felt the urge to like literally just do everything. And that combined with, you know, some miscommunication we had the morning of about like who's going to be taking what. Like we had a lot of people to like assign roles. I think that's one thing that we didn't do very well, is like we didn't officially assign and designate roles and tasks for people that like we both knew about. It was just kind of like when things came up, we were like, oh, can you do this? Can you do this?
I think the thing was that like I had assigned roles. Like I had my best friends. They knew the layout of the vision for the venue. They knew like what they had to do. You had your friends to also do some things too. And we also had like a list of people who would be at the venue once the doors opened before we came. But I think the day of, things just got so, it was just so different the day of actually experiencing it. Like when I was getting my makeup done and my best friends were here, they were taking care of me in a way where like, you know, they were feeding me knowing that I'm not going to have time to eat. They were helping me write my vows. They were steaming my clothing and things like that, where time just went away so quick because there were so many other priorities. And that's why the people that were assigned to help with the venue didn't do it right away, you know, which brought on more stress for you. And I think that also just shows that like we didn't have a wedding coordinator or a planner or anything. We kind of did everything ourselves. We did have a coordinator the day of who came with the venue, who helped with the day of things, but it was still very hands-on with friends and family. So I think for the future, when we do a reception, if we do one, like I would want to invest in a wedding planner so the stress isn't on us completely, you know?
Yeah. I had a very stressful day. Like, besides how much I loved and enjoyed everything, that's still there.
Yeah.
That's relevant. But before, like, our event started at like 3:30, 3:45. Everything before that, I was like ripping my hair out. Like, and I was keeping my cool. You know, I didn't want it to look like I was ripping my hair out, but I was balding at that time.
You're balding. I think it was so funny because my best friend said that I'm a very type A person, but then when it came to my wedding, I became very type B, because I got to a point where I was spiraling so much throughout the week where I just realized that some things are just not in my control and I might as well just let it be. So like a few days, like maybe 2 days, a day before the wedding, I just became so hands off and nonchalant. I became the most nonchalant I've ever been, where I was just like, you know what? What's meant to be will be. Whatever happens will happen.
Yeah.
The decorations will get up somehow. And we'll have a good day regardless. Like, I can't have a perfect wedding day if I plan so heavy into the details, you know? So I was just so planned and coordinated with everything. I had lists for months. I had everything done, checked off for months. But then, you know, towards the end, I was just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
It'll happen, you know?
Yeah. I feel like you are like that with, like, that tends to be you for events anyway.
I think
it's like I think you do so much over preparation beforehand, but like the day of, you just kind of like give it a god. And
I think that's a lesson that I had to learn in the last few years when hosting events or having these big things, where I'll over prepare thinking about my future self, knowing that I would rather go through the stress of preparing right now instead of being stressed later, you know, like on my actual day. But yeah, my day was so nice. I woke up and my besties were here helping me get ready, and my makeup artist was doing such a good job with my makeup. I've never seen my face look like that good.
Yeah, she went crazy.
And then I had my best friend feeding me. I had another one putting lotion on me. I had another one steaming my dress. And in the meantime, my brother came. Guys, my brother was clocked in. He had a busy day, and he just somehow fit in my wedding
Her brother had the busiest day out of everyone.
My brother had a playoff basketball game that he was captain of, that he played in the morning.
Yeah.
He lost. And then he was telling me, he was like, okay, like, I'll be done by 10:45. I'll come to your apartment, shower in 15 minutes, and then leave to go to the venue to clean up. Why did it take him an hour in the bathroom showering, just taking his sweet time? By the way, all of the main decor was in his car.
I don't know why either.
It was in his car, so no one could start without him. He was taking his sweet time, and then finally he left, whatever. And then so he put my nikah somehow in his busy schedule day.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he had a concert at night too.
Yeah. Well, I was getting to that.
Oh, my fault.
Before the nikah could really fully be done, he's jet skiing off to a concert.
Yeah, he has a concert to go to.
And then he comes to my after party after.
Very sweet of him to make the time for us.
Yeah, very sweet of him. No, my favorite part is, like, a few days before, he's like, hey, like, you listen to this guy, like, you want to go to his concert? Knowing that I don't even know who this person is, and I would not want to go to a concert on my wedding day.
Yeah.
But to like, you know, slyly put in, like, hey. But anyway, yeah, it was a really nice morning. But then towards the end, I was kind of running late because, you know, I had my first look with my future husband.
She was over an hour late.
I wasn't over an hour late. My goodness. And then, I got to the venue and I had my first look with you. And we had the beautiful photographers and content creators, Rafia, Cap, Nuzat, like, all killing it. We had such limited time, but we did it.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do vows in that moment, like during the first look, during the professional pictures with each other.
Yeah.
But we didn't have time to do the vows, and we wanted it to be more like intimate and not so like rushed.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that we did it later on, like during the mocktail hour when we were
Me too.
hiding away.
I did too.
Yeah,
that was good. Good switch up we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, while she was having a pleasant morning, I was just trying to figure out where to put everything inside. And like, your brother had so much of the decor that we, just didn't have access to until he came an hour late. Everyone was just an hour late, but we had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a big issue with like the fabric that we had because we didn't have enough. And shout out to our good friend Will. He really saved the day, like cutting up this fabric. He pulled out his calculator. He's like, I'm gonna figure this out, and started doing some equations.
What did he do?
Because,
by the way, our friend Aria is the one who gave us the fabric, and she had to ship it from Buffalo to here.
Yeah.
And it was just hard to figure out how the measurements and everything worked beforehand,
Yeah.
So he did calculations to like cut it up
because we didn't have enough. But he was like, yeah, if I cut up like parts of the fabric, then I can make enough.
He's such an engineer.
Like, he was doing this, he was explaining to me. I was like, yo, can I just can you just handle this for me? He's like, yeah, I got it.
No, like, honestly, honorable mention to all these friends who really pulled through, because like Will especially, when Mashun was setting up and they were trying to figure out the candles. So I had ordered all of the inventory for the wedding, right? Like all of the decor, all of the candles, all of the like everything. And I didn't realize that the candles that I had ordered didn't come with batteries. I thought it was included. That was not even on my mind. And so William, apparently this is what I heard after, they were trying to figure out what to do with these candles without batteries because no one had 50 candles or something.
Yeah.
So William like ran to a nearby like hardware store that he just found, and then it was raining while he was running, and so he had to Uber back with these candles last minute. This was like right before I was coming in for my first look too.
Shout out to William.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Even I remember like there was one box left in the corner, like 5 minutes before we were supposed to start, and I opened it and I was like, what the hell? Like, these are all the candles. So then I called over someone. I was like, yo, can you help me unbox these? And then we opened them up and we realized that they needed batteries, and I was like, like, we don't have enough time to get batteries right now.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know Will went to go get those, but shout out to him.
So that's like my biggest thing. We've never done a wedding before. This is our first and last one, I hope. And I was obviously ripping out my hair planning this wedding the past few months, but I could handle it at the end of the day. Like I've done events before. I can handle the plans and the logistics, but I just didn't realize like the day of there's just so much to do. And I think that's why it's important to have a day of coordinator that's like that understands all the details.
Yeah.
And again, we did have that who came with the venue, but I think since all of the details weren't run through with like exactly how we wanted the decor or what time this is going to happen, there was some miscommunication that made everything delayed and a lot more stressful.
Yeah. This is true. But alas, I feel like once the event started.
Yeah, guys, that was just a sticky part. Like I know we talked about the negative part in the beginning, not to throw you off. Everything else after that was fine. Was beautiful. And beautiful. Yeah. And
it's true what they say.
What do they say?
That shit, you just blink and it's over with. It's really true. The shit, it goes by so quick. And it's like, we talked about this, but I feel like I had such a hard time remaining present during the whole time, because the whole time I'm just thinking like, okay, like, is everyone happy? Is everyone having a good time? What do people think? Not in a bad way, like not like, oh, what are people thinking in a bad way? Just like, I just want to make sure everyone's having a good time. But so many times I had to remind myself to just like knock out of it and to
understand. I had to remind you.
And to just like understand that like this is going on for me, and like it's literally a room full of our loved ones. Like there's no animosity in this room. There's no anything in this room. It's all just people that all they want is for us to have a good time and like for us to enjoy ourselves. So yeah, once the event started, I had a great time. It was very nice.
Did you like walking down the aisle?
Walking down the aisle was nice.
So he walked down the aisle to a song of his choice.
Dearly Beloved, Kingdom Hearts theme song. If you know, you know. It's
so cute because like I was walking down to Lana Del Rey and instrumental, and I gave him the idea to also do an instrumental of something that means something to him. So I brought up Kingdom of Hearts because he played that so much growing up, and it was so perfect for you.
Yeah, that shit hit.
It was so good.
Shit hit.
And I love
that's like my favorite song to play on the piano.
Yeah, and I love that you walk with your mom.
Walk with my mammy.
Yeah.
We had a good time. All great time.
Did you like, when did it feel like it hit you that this is happening?
When we were all like waiting outside before
the aisle walk.
Yeah, before the walk. That's when I was like, wow, what's going on? Because I would peek through and I would see like, oh, like everyone's in there. Because we didn't see everyone inside because we had to like wait outside and whatnot. Yeah. So that's when it hit me. What about you? When it hit you?
I think it also hit me like when I was walking down the aisle. I remember walking down the aisle with my dad and seeing one of my best friends crying.
Who?
Mahira. She was crying, recording me, and I was like, damn, I can't look at her right now because I'm gonna start crying as well. I can't ruin my makeup already. And that was also one of the reasons why we didn't do vows right away, because we didn't have time, but also he didn't want me to ruin my makeup right away.
Yeah.
Because we had a horror story with his sister's wedding where her makeup was just like very streaky.
Fucked up, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, once I was walking down, I was like, wow, this is like what we've been talking about for such a long time. You know? Because like when you are planning something like this big for so long, and it, like what you said, when it's actually finally here, it goes by so quick, and those little details that you were like thinking about for such a long time, hyperfixating on, like, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't.
And it's just like in that moment, you're there, you're happy, it's happening, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, yeah, literally. It's like when you're the one that's living it and experiencing it, you're not thinking about any of those.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about what the welcome table looks like,
Yeah.
or what the candles look like, you know, like.
Yeah.
So it really is true, you know, it's a humble reminder of like sometimes we put so much pressure on these little things that just so quickly overwhelm us. Where like at the end of the day, we gotta remind ourselves it's just about the experience that we're having.
Yeah.
That's all.
What were some of your favorite parts of the wedding?
Yeah, during the mocktail hour, like just seeing everyone kind of like enjoying themselves and like,
yeah,
you know,
so
we
we were
had a photo
peeking
booth
in.
and,
We were
you know,
peeking in through the upstairs section,
Yeah.
like sneaking in on everyone, and we just saw, you know, our family and friends like talking to each other and mingling, and our friends setting up the tables and things like that. And like we've talked about this recently with like my brother and like family the last week especially, but it is so important to have a family that's harmonious with your partner's family. Like that word? You like that word?
Go on, Jay.
Yeah, like that one.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, it's not important to everyone. But for me and for Mashun, for my brother, your sister, like for us especially, it's so important that our family meshes well with the other person's family.
Yeah.
Or not even meshes well, but maybe like there's one person in the other family that you really like or really like talking to, or if you're a family person, the other person's also a family person, and they get why you love your sister so much or you love your mom so much, like this things like that, you know.
Yeah.
And during the Gaihud, which was the day before, where your family officially met my family at my parents' house, that was like our first interaction with everyone together from both parties, because also it's harder because most of your family lives in Florida or like somewhere else. So the fact that so many people came in for this from your side, and then it was just such a good like interaction, you know. Everyone was talking in Bangla. I just felt very friendly,
yeah.
and I don't know, like that's just always what I've dreamed of, you know.
Yeah.
Having an extended family that becomes yours, that just works so good together.
And I love that like it's just easy to hang out with each other's like people. Like like 2 weeks before we went to a wedding for your friend's cousin.
Yeah.
And it was just like all of your friend's cousins people, and like I loved it there, you know? And it's like it's not my direct family, but it just still feels so like familiar, you know? And hopefully you feel the same, you know.
Yeah, I feel the
with
same.
my little family.
I feel the same.
And
my brother was like literally crying too, but she would say how much he loves his family and everything. Yeah. So I think one of my favorite parts was looking down on everyone, like sneaking the looks and seeing them all just be such a big part of the wedding process, you know. Like I know my best friend specifically did so much, and I'm not saying obviously there's so many people that did so much, but this is what I'm thinking about the most. My best friends Mahira and Ami, Nicole, they did so much because they planned my entire bridal shower, which was not a surprise, but they didn't tell me anything besides the theme and what to wear. They like went above and beyond to make me feel not as stressed out. Like even just feeding me, knowing that I'm not going to be able to eat that day, meant so much. My best friend Ami, she would come to my house after work at like 6 p.m. and it's pitch black cold outside, and she's doing the artwork for the Albuna design, and she has a headlight, you know. Just having those small things in mind and just reading me before I can even complain or say what I'm worried about or whatever it is, and just knowing how to help, it just meant so much, you know. Like my other best friend Mahira, she had 3 weddings in 1 month, and not even just like normal friend weddings. she had the wedding of her cousin that we were just talking about that we went to Texas for 2 weeks before mine. Then she had that cousin's brother, so also her cousin, and then she had her best friend, which is mine, all back to back, that she was a big essential part for all of them. And one of them was in Texas, one of them was in Boston, one of them, mine, was in New York. So it's just like the fact that she was able to still do so much for mine, be present, and give me the fullest attention when I needed it, despite all the things that she had going on and all the health problems that she had going on. Like, it means so much, you know? But yeah, that's just what I loved. Like, the community that comes together and helps. Like, even my mom felt so happy during the Guy Hulu time because so many of her friends and family that she hasn't seen in years or even in the same space ever just were together, you know?
Yeah, we had speeches. Speeches were good.
Yeah.
My best friend, your best friend, my sibling, your sibling. 4 of them, and everyone hit. Everyone did a wonderful job. We had very good food. We did have food.
We did have food, but guess what? We weren't able to eat it on our wedding day.
You know, like, they asked you if you want.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm not saying that. Like, we had the time, we got the offer, we had the plan that we were going to eat it, but we thought that we would have time later on to eat it later.
I was fine not eating.
No, it's not that I was hungry. I wasn't hungry throughout the night because we had like samosa, like a shami kebab, like we had appetizers, but I just wanted to have my own wedding food as the experience, you know. But then, you know, we got leftovers to eat later on.
Yeah.
But it's just like we also didn't even have the time after that small block of time that we had during the mocktail hour from our first entrance. Like, because we were talking to everyone, taking pictures and stuff. So once you get that offer for future brides and grooms, if you get that offer to eat because you guys have some secluded time together, make sure you eat. Because then we got so many compliments about the food afterwards, but we didn't know. We didn't know how it tasted.
Well, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I took a bite.
Yeah, you did. That's true.
Took a bite. Needed that. But yeah, I mean, everything looked beautiful, you know, like the space, you know, once the sun set and it was nighttime, you know, we never saw the space at night. Just saw the space during the day, but at night, you know, beautiful, wonderful. Hit. Yeah. Y'all see in the pictures.
I remember just sitting on stage with you during the speeches and when we were like cutting cake and stuff and looking out into the audience. And it just felt so like intimate, you know? And I love the fact that we stuck to our word of how many people that we will have at this wedding, because we were genuinely so truthful when we said we're going to have it very small. You know, we had only 64 people at our wedding. Yeah. And we didn't allow many plus ones unless we like really, really knew the other person. Yeah. We didn't just invite family members just because they're family members. And it was just very selfish in the best way, you know? So like when I looked out into the audience and it felt like every single person had genuine love for us and had genuine love for them, that's what meant a lot to me, you know? Because it didn't feel like people came there for a selfish reason or to get some, I don't know, they have a personal agenda or something. Well, I don't know. Like to get some intel. Yeah. Put it in the group chat. I don't know.
Their wedding is too nice.
Too nice.
They're having too much fun.
Yeah. But I really like that.
What details did you like about the wedding?
I really liked all of the bird motifs that we had. Like, birds mean a lot to me and you, and the sun and moon means a lot. So in the welcome sign that I made, I added some birds. Also on like our welcome table, when people were walking into the entrance, there was 2 little birds by the guest book. Yeah. And even by the stage where we were sitting down and doing the actual ceremony, we had the moon and sunlights up there. Yeah. And I think those small details like that, it made a bigger difference at the end, you know? Yeah. And also the fact that like when we said our vows, and I commend you for bringing up this idea. Like, I thought of it, but I didn't think it was like reasonable or that it would actually look cute. But for our vow book, we wrote it in the same notebook that Mashun and I had when we were doing long distance for 5 years from Florida to New York. So we basically had this like a moleskin journal that he would write in, and when he would come to New York or I would go to Florida, we would switch, and then I would have it for a couple of weeks or months or whatever. I would write in it, and then I'd give it back to him. So we had like just like journal entries and accounts and different things that we had written back and forth, little drawings, whatever. So we chose to write our vows in that. And it's just like a full circle moment because like the first page was you talking about how you booked your first flight ever to meet me and
Facts.
Not knowing if it's going to work out.
That was a good idea.
And then now here we are.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Popped off with that one.
And it's like towards the end of the book, so like it's cool.
Yeah.
Worked out.
Yeah. My favorite part was also like our imam who officiated us just randomly knowing my brother and like having that as his first part of the speech because apparently him and my brother play basketball together. So that was interesting too.
Yeah, they knew each other.
Yeah.
I thought you were not gonna like that.
No, it was funny. I liked it.
But it looked like you were mad.
No, I wasn't mad. I just had to
Well,
be
it looked like
shy
you were
bride underneath.
You
know?
didn't have to.
Yeah.
I feel like you didn't crack a whole smile.
I smiled. I was smiling so much where you told me to stop.
What?
Yeah, through the divider, I was doing little jokes. I was like moving my head. I was like doing little heart signs.
That's not true.
That is so true.
That's not true.
If I had, see, this is what I wish I had, but it wouldn't make sense.
What?
Me wearing meta glasses to record the whole thing. Can you imagine?
I'm
under the
surprised you
veil.
didn't.
I'm
surprised you
under the
didn't.
veil wearing meta glasses.
Surprised you didn't, buddy.
Do you feel like there's anything different that you would do for our future wedding reception?
Oh my god. I would like to do more dances. I would like to dance at our next one, because I'm a dancer.
Yeah, we know.
I'm a dancer, right?
We did a lot of dancing for the guy who lived.
I'm a dancer, yeah. So, like, I would want to make some time for that, and... But, I mean, overall, like, a lot of the feedback we got was great. I feel like I have not heard one negative comment from anybody. Yeah. With all due respect, like, popped off.
Yeah.
It turned out great.
I think the biggest thing was that since it was such an intimate space and we did, the speeches, we did a lot of twirling in my dress. We did a lot of like walking down the aisle and just talking to each individual person. I think people felt the love in the air because it was just so like intimate and close knit, and it didn't have space for like any drama or like loud music or like anything hectic like that, And I think since the details were just so personal to us, obviously we did them and a lot of them were very like DIY. I think that just made it a lot more like us, very homey, you know? Like it was a small details. It wasn't a big venue. It wasn't a big like in your face type of thing. And I think that's what made people feel the love.
Facts.
Yeah, but I love twirling with you.
That was
I love the mala exchange too.
Mala exchange is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. My cousin worked hard on those malas while I was watching the UFC fight the day before.
Thank God you guys didn't stay at my apartment the night before. So obviously after the guy who the day after was our nikah, our wedding ceremony, and I got to my apartment at like 9 o'clock with my best friends. They just picked up this big ass wedding cake in my best friend's Miata, and she's driving stick, and we had to still do the malas. We had to still do all of the floral arrangements for the tables and just final details before the wedding the next morning. I could not fathom that there were so many people in the apartment, and I know you just wanted to watch your UFC game, so I was like, please, I need some space to do it on my own now. I loved seeing you in the Sherwani.
But it wasn't fair because you like already had like known about it. Like you shopped for it.
He kept asking to see my wedding dress before the wedding.
And you never showed me your wedding dress.
Yeah, obviously I would never show you my wedding dress.
Why not? But it's like you kept telling me about it though. So like I already kind of knew what it looked like.
You didn't know.
No, anytime we like walk past the dress, you're like, my dress looks like that.
No, like, I didn't say all that.
We went to Jackson Heights. We walked past the wedding store. You're like, by the way. It's like, thanks.
No, I was just like hypothetical. I was like, what would you do if my dress looked like that?
Yeah, your hypotheticals are never so like
Did you like it? Did you like my dress?
Yeah, your dress is beautiful.
It was heavy.
Yeah, I could tell.
It was heavy.
It looked really nice. Did you like all the jewelry that you had alongside?
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about like the guy hold much.
I know the guy hold was like the
Guy
main
hold was
part
so
of
much
it.
fun.
You like the guy hold?
Yeah, my mom loved the guy hold. Guy hold.
Yeah.
Like when we left, even when we were there, like yeah, my mom was like, your mom did a perfect job. Like I was completely hands off with the guy hold. I didn't do anything apart from just like signing up our gifts.
Well, it was our family hosting you guys.
Yeah, and you guys did so good. Everything was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Your ceremony came in so clutch.
Yeah.
Doing this and that. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, my colony handmade these like fruit baskets.
Yeah.
She carved a watermelon into a duck or like a bird. And
she
that
literally did.
No, like
you guys are like, oh, like okay.
No,
she imagine
like a full beak and everything.
Yeah.
She used a carrot for the beak. How did she insert a carrot into a watermelon? I don't know.
Yeah. And you guys probably think like, oh, like so cute. No, it's like artisanal. Like
yeah,
it
artisanal.
was
and I was like, how did you do
professionally.
this? Like you have to make a business. Oh, like like I was watching a little TV, like did this. And I was like, you can't just make it so nonchalant.
Yeah, she went crazy.
But yeah, my mom popped off. My aunt popped off. All my friends who made it amazing popped off with like the garlands that we set up, the little stage decor for us to sit with.
Yeah, the stage looked really nice.
We cleared up the living room for the surprise dances.
Oh yeah, surprise dances.
These surprise dances, guys, they were the death of me. Like I kept asking my brother and everyone around me, like, "Oh my god, like I know you guys are dancing for me. Like stop, stop!" Because
you're so much fun to plan a surprise for. You know.
No,
Speaking
but then,
out of experience.
So like obviously I knew the surprise dances were happening. I didn't know who was in it. I didn't know how big it was gonna be. What songs, how many, whatever. And so once I actually saw that happening, I was so genuinely surprised and I loved it.
Yeah.
So like for surprises, like I need to know like a few things.
Why?
Like that something's happening.
You need to.
I need to.
You want to.
I need to.
You want to.
I need to.
You want to.
But
that's
yeah.
all.
I liked seeing your entrance for the guy who from upstairs.
Yeah, I saw you peeking through.
No, you didn't see.
Yeah, we did.
You actually saw?
Yes, it was so blatantly obvious.
How?
Because the window's right there. What do you mean?
I was hiding.
Hide better next time. I don't know. What's one thing that you would change about the wedding that you have just had?
I think I did my best to stay present. Like I tried my best to like snap back into it when I was thinking about the next thing to do and how to make this look good and better for everyone else. But I think I've gotten really good at like, okay, this is happening right now. Be present because it's going to go by so quick. And I was trying to help you do the same thing. But even though I tried so hard to be present and enjoy the moment, I was still lacking in taking in the small details that we worked so hard on. So for example, like all of the centerpieces and like the decorations on the table for the dinner that our friends worked so hard on, I didn't get to really see it all. The section that we had, the mocktail hour, that was when we talked to people, that was probably one of their favorite parts of the whole ceremony. The mocktail hour happened right after you and I got officially married and we walked off, and it was like an outdoor balcony situation where they were getting like drinks from the bar, small foods were being passed out. That's when like everyone could actually like talk to everyone, and a lot of people were talking so highly of it, but me and you couldn't enjoy it at all because like, I mean, obviously me and you were eating appetizers. We did our vows during that time. Me and you had our own solo time in that 15-20 minutes that we had, so it wasn't like wasted, but I just wish we had our time to step into our wedding like a guest.
Yeah, facts.
And I think
that's true.
The small details that we just worked so hard, and like again the welcome sign, the bar with our baby pictures, and just things like that. Like I wish I had a second to like walk around and enjoy it. And then even when we were cleaning up post wedding a couple days later, and I was putting away the jewelries that your dad got me and the jewelry and everything, that was my first time like looking at it. Like obviously I saw it in the gift baskets, I saw the pictures of it and things like that, but it was such a hectic morning of me putting on my jewelry and just doing everything. Obviously I couldn't really take it in throughout the whole day. I didn't even realize even just the texture of the churis. Like I realized like 3 days after the wedding, oh my god, these churis are velvet. And that sounds like such a small thing, but like usually, you know, for a smaller scale event that I'm going to, that obviously I'm not really hosting, that I'm just a part of, I'm able to take in the details. I'm able to have a slower life and just be more grateful about things like that. But for something this big, I just didn't think to make time for those small things because bigger things took over.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes sense. I think it's like the balance of, this is an event for you, like it's your event, but you also want to feel like a guest in it too, and like appreciate all the work that like went into it. So it's like, they're like those brides those couples that like, after they walk off, they don't want to be seen until X time, and they only want to pop out like here and there, and they want everything to be like coordinated, like each person has like their number to like whatever come up to like take a picture with you or something. But like I don't know, it's always difficult finding the balance of like how serious or professional you want to take it versus just having a good time, like for you, just so you can take stuff in. Like I would have loved to step out for the mocktail hour, but like I also wanted to like wait till our own entrance. Like I wanted both, and it's just tough figuring out like which way you want to go.
Yeah. So. Do you feel like there were any honorable mention mishaps for the wedding?
Honorable mention mishaps.
Yeah. Like we can go into a deep dive of so many, but like there's like a few that stick out.
Do you have any? Let me think.
Yeah, the flight cancellation.
That's a serious mishap.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's not serious, but I'm saying we can go into so many more.
My favorite part about having my wedding last weekend was that it was in the middle of the government shutdown where all of my family had to fly across the country, Florida to New York. And how like half of my family had to stay here for 10 days because they were too scared to like fly back and come back. And we were planning out, like I was figuring out like, damn, do I have to rent a car and go get them, like drive them like from there to here? Like that brought me so much like peace of mind and made the wedding week so not stressful for me. Thank God, whatever happened over there in DC happened, and the government shutdown was alleviated. And by the time that the 2 to 3 days before the wedding actually started, it looked like things were calming down, but I was staring at those MCO departures.
It was stressful
nonstop.
Because Mashun's sister and cousin specifically flew in a week before the wedding because my bridal shower was a week before, and they were meant to fly out a day after to go back to Florida and Atlanta, or go back to Atlanta and then come back a few days before the wedding so that they can pack all of the clothing and like make sure everything's okay and just like not be here for 10 days straight. But during the shutdown, LaGuardia and the Atlanta airport ended up being the two biggest airports that were canceling flights. So their original flight was on Monday morning. That got canceled completely. Then they had one that got rescheduled to like Monday night. That also got canceled or delayed or something crazy. But at that point, everything was getting canceled, so they didn't want to risk it. So they were like, oh my God, what if we do get on this flight, but then we can't end up coming back in time for the wedding? Yeah. So there had to be a lot of like precautions and just plans set out beforehand, like how are we going to get your parents here if the flights are canceled? Is your sister's husband going to drive from Atlanta to Florida to pick them up in a car, and then you guys have to like figure that out. So it was definitely stressful, and also on top of that, it was just, even the day of my bridal shower, the trains were just all shut down.
Yeah, that's facts.
So it was just a lot of different commute problems,
Yeah.
They pulled through.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our wedding recap. You got closing thoughts, final thoughts, things to top off the episode of our recap?
No closing thoughts. I'm just excited to go on a little like mini moon or like some sort of relaxing staycation, vacation, whatever it is after this, because again, we haven't had much like relaxing time after it, and I just would love to have some I would just love to have some nice time with my fellow husband here.
Whoa, fellow husband.
Yeah.
My fellow wife, yes. Yes, we will do something soon. We will plan something soon.
My fellow wife, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, no, I had a great time, one of the best days of my life. We'll remember it for the rest of my life. And yeah, I mean, let's run it back sometime,
You want to run it back?
But like bigger, better, maybe down in Florida.
Who's going to plan that? You can plan it. You can hire
Me.
someone.
Me.
Yeah.
I got it, don't worry.
But we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of this journey. You guys literally have listened since we started, most of you guys, and first when we started dating, then when we got engaged, and now when we're married. So it really feels like you guys are here through all of the important and even the not so important little steps.
Yeah.
So really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
So make sure to like and subscribe so that you can follow along. It's completely free. So you can really stay tuned with everything that we post. Make sure to leave a little rating, a little review on Spotify, Apple, whatever you're listening on, because that also helps a lot. And it's free. Takes not even, we can count on like 10 fingers, right? How long it takes? It doesn't take long. It doesn't take very long. You can follow me on Instagram at Mahua Khan to see more updates. At Mushum Munir to see some updates too.
Facts.
It's true.
They're coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, no advice, no nothing. Just
10-second advice.
No, we don't have to. It's okay.
No, 10-second advice. I forgot. Right. My 10-second piece of advice is make sure you remember to poof out your dress 2 days before your wedding.
Wow.
I had to poof out my lehenga and spray some water on it, and that made it a lot more.
I didn't know you did all
yeah,
that.
you didn't know that, did you?
Interesting.
You didn't know that, did you?
No.
It was a 2-person affair.
How did you know this?
The person who sold it to me told me to do it.
Interesting.
So I had a water sprayer. Me and Aria were holding the dress, and then I had to spray each layer.
That was very good. Very good. Very good. Good advice. I would say my advice is I think it's like this kind of obvious, but like consider like if you have to like start working at 9:00 like and you work from home, like don't do the thing where like you wake up at 8:55 and like just like roll out of bed and start working. Like wake up at like 8:30 and have a good little 30 minutes beforehand.
A little slow morning.
It just makes work a lot easier. Like it really makes like a big difference. Just,
that was a good one. It was a little curveball. Like it was a little curveball.
Something useful for y'all.
I wasn't expecting that.
Drop all that. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
We love you. Allah Hafiz.
Bye.